Hello, my name is Michelle Dale and welcome to another day of accountability inside Virtual CoWorking Space. I'm excited today because it's the start of a new week and we're about to embark into the start of a new month as well, which is always very exciting for me because I always think about what I'm going to do for the month ahead. And I'm embarking this month and it just sort of came to me, and I often wonder what to say to you guys, and then I think, well, I always have to apply it to what's going on myself. And I'm embarking on something like I would say is a really big project, something that could go either way. Like it'll either go flat on its face or it will be really, really successful. And I'm going to be working on that throughout February to do it in March. And I kept thinking, I kept doing the self-talk, like, oh, but what about this and what about this? And then I just stopped for a second and I just thought, okay, what's the worst that can happen? At the end of the day, if it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, then, I've learnt from that. I'm going to learn something from it. So that's good. And that's the case with anything. And if it does work out, well, then I can also, benefit from it and again still learn from it and take myself to a different place. And so the affirmation or what I want to sort of share with you today is, like, what's the worst that can happen? And the affirmation I think you should just keep saying to yourself is, you can do it. I can do it. That's the affirmation. Leave it in the comments. Write it in your journal. I can do it. And when that resistance comes up about, well, yeah, I can do it, but then just think to yourself, what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen? Just go for it. This can happen in all kinds of things. It can happen in relationships. Okay, you might get hurt, but what's the worst that can happen? Everyone still lives, the world still turns, everything's, like oftentimes we psychologically in our own mind and our own mindset make things out and blow things up to be way worse than, they actually could be. And oftentimes we're focusing on things which may or may not ever happen. So rather than focus on the worst case scenarios and but what if this and but what if that, just think, what's the worst can happen? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. And believe me, you will be more successful than you ever could have imagined if you just have these ideas, you have these goals, you have these ideas, and you just go for it. And I would always say as well, because we read our goal and we're going to do our accountability soon, that if you read your goal and you do get inspired action, to do something towards achieving your goal, there can never be any negative results or consequences. They can maybe be perceived as negative as something doesn't go according to plan, but they really, really aren't. Martha says, oh my God, yes. I completely agree. Get outside your own head. Absolutely. We are our own worst enemies. So having said that, that's something to focus on today and something to keep in mind. What's the worst that can happen? You can do it. What's there to stop you? Is the world going to stop turning if something doesn't go according to plan? Absolutely not. And you will absolutely 100% learn from it. And the more you do that, the more you exercise that muscle of tenacity and moving forward and, really being tenacious and aggressive in wanting to achieve your goals. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go into our 5-minute daily accountability, and at the end we're going to do our daily boost, which is our tarot cards today. So I'm going to close off my camera and I'll see you on the other side. First, we're going to do our gratitude. Think about the day before. Think about everything that you feel grateful for from the day before and write it down. You can find at least one thing. Let's begin. Next, we're going to read our goal. This should be written down somewhere. Read it through right now in the next minute. Now we're going to spend 1 minute closing our eyes and doing a visualization. Visualize yourself having achieved the goal or the things around you that show you've achieved the goal. Let's begin. Well done. And finally, we have our most important task for the day. Write down a task that you want to accomplish today that's going to help you take one step further to your goal. Think about it. Let's begin. Well done. You have now completed your daily CoCreate accountability. Stick around for our daily boost inside virtualcoworkingspace.com. Well done. Okay, so we are going to do our card pull. So it's the same as usual. And I'm going to ask you to select a number 1, 2, or 3, and we'll see what message comes through, depending on which number you feel drawn to. And remember, there's no specific time. There's no specific time on this. You're going to hear this message at the time that you're meant to hear it. So regardless of when you're watching this replay, 1, 2, or 3 is the thing that you're drawn to. And you may also be drawn to more than one number too. So think about that for now, and let's see what we've got to say. Okay. And 4 come out? Number 1. Sorry. There's a lot to say today for these people. Interesting enough, it's a very similar message in both these. In 1 and 2, we've got a very similar thing, but it's kind of in reverse. Okay. So, if you picked number 1, something has or is imminently going to come to an end, and it's been something that you have wanting to come to an end for a long time, and it's almost like there is this sense of rebuilding the thing that had to end in order for you to move forward. But whatever it is that is ending, which I think if you picked number 1, you're going to instinctually know what it is that you wanted to end, because it has caused you a lot of, I guess it's made you tired. It's made you really, I would say, physically and emotionally and mentally tired. And you have been wanting this to end, and you're ready now. Once it has ended, there is this kind of relief, and you're ready to start rebuilding something, whether that's rebuilding something physical or emotional, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a business, whether it be something like that. And you will be celebrating on the other end. As long as you're willing to put that work in, you will be celebrating on the other end. So put the work in. It's coming to an end. Something new is beginning. You're going to put the work in, and it's going to work out for you. The second one is interesting because it's almost like on the reverse. So if you picked number 2, I would say that things have probably been going quite well for you. And I would definitely say that you've probably been a little bit comfortable, but something is about to come crashing down around you. And I have this sense of feeling that something is going to cause you to want to disconnect from somebody else and sort of be more separate or on your own from them. And I feel like they've done something wrong towards you, or that there's some sort of feeling of like you've been betrayed by somebody you trust, by somebody you love, and you feel like you need to make that disconnection. And you're basically, how it's going to end at the end of it is you're going to be in 2 minds as to whether you let that person back into your life or whether things move forward. So again, this could be a client, it could be a relationship with someone where everything was fine, everything looked like it was going very well. There was this moment in time where you felt betrayed, you felt like your trust had been betrayed, and you have been quite judgmental towards that person, and it's going to be very difficult to trust them again. But in the end, the cards are saying it's your decision. It's your decision to make, and you have to go in fully knowing the same thing could happen again, or it might not. And then finally, we have a very nice one at the end, and it's a very fluffy one and a very simple one. But if you're looking for financial abundance or an abundance of things that you love and enjoy and want in your life, they're coming to you. I would definitely say that there is a strong link to being supported by the ones you love in order to make this happen. But as long as you've got the support of the people around you and your family and your friends, you are definitely going to I would say potentially come into some money or come into some material affluence, or maybe a little breakthrough, a little windfall, or like a little gift of some kind, which is going to make you feel like, yes, I've taken the right decision, I'm going in the right direction. Okay, so there we go. Did you pick 3? Oh, okay, well, that's good. I,
Yeah, I picked. I think 1 and 2 was more kind of resonating with me as you were going along. So yeah,
yeah, okay. Okay, well, that's good. And I think
yeah,
definitely you've got good things coming for you, Martha, based on,
yeah.
like what I've seen, what you're doing. So thank you so much for coming today. It was lovely to see you. Hope to see you tomorrow at Accountability and have a wonderful day ahead. Well done, you, for completing your daily accountability. I am super proud of you. You have done so well. And don't forget, you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space every day where I create these videos live. Please do like this video if you do like it, because I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below with the affirmation of the day. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.